Hey, oh God, yo, the way you just engulfed that sandwich, nigga, that was some TD Jakes shit right there, nigga. You so that
Fuck that, no Danish shit.
swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? That nigga took half. Nigga took like 80% of that shit with one bite. Nigga, what the fuck kind of shit? Hey, shit you never want to know about your homeboy. He ain't got no gag reflex. Like, why the fuck? That should never come up at any point. But why the fuck did I just see that? Like, why did you do that to the sandwich like that, nigga? That was a burger.
I'm hungry as fuck, nigga.
God damn.
Shit.
Yo. Oh my God. The way, yo. Hey, man. As somebody who loves you dearly and is your brother from another mother, man, promise me you would never do anything like that in front of me again, man. Say that shit. Yeah. Yeah. You better back out. Come back in like you got some damn sense.
I got another having to eat that bitch too. Shit.
Hey, it ain't the eating that's the problem, nigga. It's the way you was eating, nigga. You were eating like you was the number one eater. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Hey, that shit didn't look right, man. Hey, man,
Well,
that
no
whole
homo
moment,
ass shit.
the whole nigga. I didn't eat the sandwich like that. You took the damn sandwich like that. You the one talking about, shit look like Kirby.
Shit.
Like you swallowed a villain on the game or something like nigga. What the fuck? That nigga inhaled that
It's
sandwich,
good,
nigga.
good too.
Hey man,
Damn right.
hey man, I don't know how many people in the chat yet, and replay gang, y'all probably skip past these little first few moments knowing y'all, but the, the way the way your partner just that damn sandwich like that, I am thoroughly uncomfortable. Where is Padawan when you need him? Like, damn, I mean, he be pausing, but damn, I ain't never seen no shit like that from him. Like, what inspired you? Hey, look, I don't know how comfortable you've gotten with me over the 20 plus years that we've known each other. But don't get that comfortable no more, bro. I don't never want to see no shit like that out you again, man. That shit sunk my whole heart as a man. Like I was like, no, he ain't do. No, don't you do it. Don't you? Oh no! Why did you do that like that? Of all the ways you could have took like 3 real fast bites that equal the same amount of sandwich. Why did you have to do that like that?
Fuck you, nigga. Eat my sandwich.
Hey man, I just want y'all to know, man. If you missed I'm mad I didn't catch it on the live. I hit live too late. It was in that buffering period where it'd be like it's going live, but it ain't there yet. And you, man, but the way you engulf, bruh, that was horrible. That nigga said, niggas. Oh, wait the Padawan get back to the show. Oh man. Oh, Pat, let me let you know if you listening as you ride along and make your way home, make your way downtown, walking fast. Um, if you listening, my brother, just know you ain't never had a pause on the show as bad as what your bro did right before I hit live. And I wish I could have caught it. Oh, nigga, last call. Hey, the masses. If you've ever watched this show
Don't
before,
exist. Don't
and you
exist,
know,
nigga.
hey man, let y'all know, man. This nigga had a sandwich that was half of his video pain, and he engulfed that shit.
What
Down.
happened?
He ate that shit all the way down to his fingers. This nigga ate that shit all the way down to his fingers with one fell swoop. Like, huh? That nigga, you can hear the vacuum sounds coming. Huh? Like this nigga, he was to the quick of his fingernails before he stopped the initial bite. That was before he even bit down. Like he was still going for a second. Like, That nigga, that nigga just, that nigga just deep throated a $5 foot long.
Fuck you again.
Oh man, hey man, hey, for 49 cents a day, you can sponsor this child so that he never has to be this hungry again. Well, he gotta act like that because I know his wife fed him before, and I know his mama feed him and his grandma feed him. I know the people in his life feed him, so I don't know why he acting like that. But please sponsor this little child because he acting work. He all he missing when he okay. All right, I'm gonna leave that joke to myself.
A
But
dollar a day.
that was one of them
A
jokes.
dollar a day is all we need to
The
help
first
sponsor
5,
face.
in the
A
first
dollar a
5 minutes,
day.
I can't say it.
A dollar a day.
Oh no, we passed the first 5 minutes. Oh shit, I can say it. This nigga, okay, if he was on the commercial and you was gonna sponsor him, all he would have needed just now is one of two things. Either a fly on his eye or a cum shot on his eye. Either would have fit the visual that he gave the
Well,
camera.
it
I just
wouldn't have
want
been
y'all to know,
it wouldn't have been the
no matter
second
what,
nigga. It
either
wouldn't have
way
been the goddamn second.
either filter you would have got would have matched the image that he was given at that moment. I am so appalled.
It wouldn't have
Um,
been the second. It wouldn't have been the second.
well, uh,
Excuse me.
after that intro, I thought we was gonna go somewhere else with it, but I guess ain't shit left to do now. But welcome to the show, niggas.
Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
I don't know. Um, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, on 1/3 of the Podnas, it's your boy Tiz, and I'm along with
Face. The man called Face.
you. See it at the bottom of the screen. And usually we would have another third, but once again, Padawan is unfortunately having to miss this episode. Tonight he's having to go, take care of family matters, and no Kendrick, no Drake. Just he got to go handle family shit. So prayers up for the family. Hope everything is okay. Be safe on your drive, my boy. That is, a nice little ride. So be safe on that, and love you, my man. Yeah. We'll see you next week when we come right back for episode 150. But for tonight, you got the 2-man squad once again. Your boys back in the place. We about to talk a lot of shit tonight. We got some pretty dope topics, I feel. Tonight we talking several things. We talking wrestling superlatives. So we talking the best of all of the different areas that you can go as a wrestler. We talking LeBron James making history, being able to play with his son. We talking social media warning labels and whether that should be a thing. But first, it just happened, so we got to talk about it.
Yes, indeed.
We had the 2024 presidential debate, and y'all see the title of tonight's episode. I had I have a whole page of notes that I took on this debate. So I'm gonna let you kind of kick it off since you broached the subject. But yeah, it's a lot of places I can go with this debate. It was a clusterfuck of tomfoolery and shenanigans. When I tell you, man, like it was like Grumpy Old Men the movie, but a debate. Like it was just like two old niggas that just like rambling up there. Just okay. You go ahead. You go ahead. You tell me how you want to handle this one right here, bro.
I don't care. I don't care how the votes swing. I don't feel Joe Biden is physically able to do another 4 years in the presidency, mentally or physically.
Bruh.
I'm afraid for his health.
When I tell you this, man, bruh, my very first note, the very first 3 words I typed as I was watching the debate,
And
Biden
eight
looked
years
crazy.
on you,
No, Biden
Biden
looked
looks like
crazy. Like, what the fuck
he
is
looks like
going on with Biden?
he is currently going through dementia.
Hey,
I
what
think
the,
so.
what
I
the fuck
current
is wrong with Biden's
mm.
eyes? That nigga looked like he got the 3-eyed raven powers or some shit. Like, what's wrong with his eyes? Why he look like that? That nigga is in a sunken place.
They took this motherfucker eyebrows off. It looked like, and every time he tried to frown his face, he had no expression on his face. It's
Who
just
the
like
hell?
it was a
Who the
small
hell
face.
did the Secret Service let stir tea around this nigga? Because he is definitely not here with us. He is. It's a body, but them eyes is the eyes of Lakeith Stanfield and Get Out. It's them.
I don't know what the fuck going on, but
Them
with
Get
all the
Out.
mud slinging and negative politics going on, really couldn't get to no real good. You really couldn't get on no topic. Trump is a
This was
master,
Biden all night.
master manipulator. He's a master manipulator and a master of swaying and not answering questions. A master at it, a master salesman. He knows how to sell himself, and he handles the presidential and the just debate and all politics like his business, like he's in a boardroom handling business. So he never comes at anything political. He just handles everything as a businessman. And you got the other one who's an old decrepit, damn near even putting a home politician who ain't doing nothing.
We're gonna get to the the idea that he was just and then it was that and it's superlative.
It's like the points he's attempting to make were overshadowed by him. Like whatever good points Joe Biden tried to make or tried to retaliate against the bullshit that Trump was saying to him and saying at him and saying about him, it was just overshadowed by, if not one, the stammering and stuttering, if not two, getting caught on all the words and having to reiterate, if not three, his appalling appearance and looking like he was about to pass out. I don't know.
Because if you ever thought about the idea that and it was happening, Trump is just
This shit is just retarded.
No, Biden retarded. What the fuck is wrong with Biden's eyes? Hey, look, man. All right, I got Biden look crazy. I got Trump doesn't understand foreign policy or national economics. Every time he was asked about a question involving one of those two things, he would immediately just go back to something about Biden's son, or he would get to talking about how he left the stock market. But that has nothing to do with like everyday economics, such as inflation, what I'm saying, recessions, all that. Like the stock market is only a piece of that. The everyday like job growth, all of that stuff has more to do with it. So like the fact that he was just like lost on all of that, and every time he was asked about something about foreign policy, he just kept going back to like illegal immigrants. Which also lets me know that Trump
said, that's a lie. One more got that's a lie. He's lying. He's lying. That's a lie.
Hey, Trump afraid of illegal immigrants, huh? This nigga called Joe Biden a Palestinian. He said that illegal immigrants were taking all the black jobs. What is a black job? What job consists of black jobs? What exactly is it that we supposed to do? I didn't know we had a classification of jobs called black jobs. I know we had like low income jobs. You have like skilled workers. You have, trade workers. You have specialists. You have a whole lot of types of jobs, but black jobs, like, is that like a job where you get dark?
You mean black op jobs?
What does that mean?
Black out jobs? or just
Hey,
jobs
when
involving black.
this nigga said the illegal immigrants is taking all the black jobs, I was like, I don't know no black people that be picking strawberries. We a long way from picking shit. Like most black
I
people I
don't
know ain't
know.
picking unless it's in their personal
Only
garden.
jobs,
I don't
the
know
only
about this.
jobs I know that black people and immigrants are doing, and they both doing together, is working at factories and warehouses together. Anything else separate than that, I don't see neither one of them dwelling in the realm of the other.
Bruh, I
No,
was so
no specific
confused in this
specificity.
debate.
I don't see
Hey,
nobody black selling oranges or doing or do no speedy ass construction. I don't see no black people cutting no yards the way Mexicans try to do. I don't see
look,
no Spanish people doing what black people try to do. So
bruh,
I definitely don't get down with that.
when them niggas got down to arguing about who could play golf better, I was like, oh, we the winner. Where are we right now? Like this ain't good. Like we gonna determine who gonna control the country by who got the better handicap.
We already know who gonna win. There's no need for the American public to bullshit with themselves. We all know by this debate
You
who
right.
is really gonna
So make
win.
sure that you right. We
Right?
already know who will win in a golf tournament. So make sure y'all put me as your write-in candidate, your boy Tiz for president, 2024. See y'all in
Shit,
November.
Teams, Elmo, Oscar the Grouch, anybody be a better candidate than these motherfuckers.
No. That nigga Elmo was stressed out about people telling him about their day. I don't think he can handle the stresses of the presidency. People was telling
Shit,
him
make
that they
Oscar
were
the
stressed
Grouch
out
the vice
about shit, and
president.
he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take me a mental health day after this because y'all did too much." So I don't think
Y'all
Elmo
supposed
can handle like nuclear nuclear warfare and the Cold War and the Palestinian conflict and all that. I don't think he can handle that. Elmo can't handle all deadly emotions. That nigga need therapy himself. I think Elmo need to see somebody. Who is Elmo gonna talk to? Elmo need a president. Big Bird
Oscar the
need to
Grouch.
stop bullshitting and go talk. Well, Oscar need somebody need to talk to him because Elmo was stressing, boy. I
I
saw
don't trust
Elmo
Big
Twitter
Bird.
feed.
Nothing.
Elmo opened up his Twitter feed one day and was like, "Hey, everybody, how's everybody doing?" And people let them know how they were really doing. And Elmo lost his fucking shit. Elmo couldn't take it. Elmo overloaded. So I don't know that we need to tell Elmo shit. I don't know that Elmo need to be a president of any kind. I think Elmo might need to break his damn self and maybe let what's the little girl he be hanging with? He might need to let her take over his spot for a few weeks. Cause that
I
nigga,
have
he need a
no
vacation.
idea.
Elmo stressed.
I don't know who that is.
Elmo out here smoking cool 100 and
Emma, I feel stressed like shit.
yeah, Elmo out here buying prostitutes, going to the strip club.
Well,
Elmo is
mutual
not
money with
doing well.
the
Elmo snorting that coke with the Fenty in it, that Fen.
Emma on the
Elmo
porch trying to drink
snorting
some
that
green tea.
Fen. Yeah. But when I tell you that the only thing I've seen close to the presidential debate was maybe peace last call. What's up, my brother?
Was
But
that
the only
nigga?
thing I've seen close to the presidential debate was a wrestling match. And
Yep.
I was watching this documentary. I don't know if anybody out there seen it, but it's on Vice and it's called Who Killed WCW. And as I was watching this, it's 4 episodes in,
Okay.
and it basically go over like the different aspects of WCW that kind of caused its initial downfall. Like from in one episode, it kind of focuses on like the new blood, and another episode it focuses on like Hulk Hogan's control and Eric Bischoff's mismanagement, and another episode it focuses on Vince Russo and his storylines and how they contributed to like the downfall. So it's like it's a real cool little documentary. It kind of played off the back of the Dark Side of the Ring series. If anybody out there has seen that, but
Mhm.
while I was watching this, I'm a wrestling fan. All three of the partners are wrestling fans. We grew up on wrestling. That was kind of our thing. We was growing up. One of the biggest, I guess, things me and Face had in common growing up was the fact that we was both like big wrestling fans. We used to practice moves on each other and do like ropes moves off the top rope and choke each other out and wild shit. Like like the typical teenage guy, I guess, in our generation would do. Like we would just, we basically beat the shit out of each other, not realizing that them niggas was like pulling punches and shit. We was actually like hitting each other with shit and shit because we ain't know no. We thought that's what they was doing. But anyway, like that was kind of the thing. So like most of the people I know growing up, we wrestling fans. So it made me kind of get nostalgic. You know what I mean? And I thought we should do like some wrestling superlatives tonight. Kind of just pay homage to the greatest of wrestling lore. We've kind of done like little separate lists over the years. We've kind of done like little, independent talks, but I feel like this is like the definitive wrestling superlative list. So we got the best promos, the best gimmick, the best storyline, the best finisher of all time, and the best run on top of a company. Now this is all time, all leagues, all everybody. So this is NWA, WCW, WWE, TNA, Rocky Mountain, Ring of Honor, IWGP, New Japan. Like this is everybody. Like whoever promotes wrestling, what is it, lucha something? Like all of the play anywhere that promotes wrestling, this is them. So if you've ever watched,
The female wrestling, all that shit.
yeah, this is just like your all time best in these categories over everybody. So now I will say my list looks biased, but I'll be honest, until probably 93, 94. So like the first 11 years of my life, I would say probably a good 7 of them watching wrestling and knowing what wrestling was and enjoying wrestling. Most of my wrestling was WWE. I got the other wrestling channels, I guess, in my area, but I didn't really know, like they weren't as colorful to me. Like as a small toddler, superheroes and shit, and people with capes and weird shit like that shit is more attractive. You know what I'm saying? So I was more into Yokozuna and all them growing up than I was Ric Flair and them. Now, I will say once 93, 94, 95 came around, I started to expand my horizons and watch, like, I started to watch through the squiggly lines on channels to watch like the Japanese wrestling. I started to watch ECW, which was burgeoning around that time and kind of making its presence known on the pay-per-view scene. So if sometimes you could catch a whole pay-per-view stream just clear off the humbug by mistake. They there forget to like put the little wall up, I guess, or whatever, and you can catch it. Sometimes you can, you might have a friend that got the bot, so you go watch it there. Or sometimes, you just like the squiggly lines was bad, but you could still tell what was going on. So you'd watch it through that. You know what I mean? But growing up, yeah, wrestling was that shit. So here we go. The wrestling superlatives as the partner see it. You disagree? Bring your ass up on the panel. The link is pinned. Or drop your own opinions in the chat. Or if you on the replay game, make sure you go ahead and drop your opinions in the comments so we can hear from you and respond to you and tell you how your shit is wrong because we are right. Yeah. So do that. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're coming into the room right now, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and if you're on the replay gang, same thing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah. But the first superlative, man, is who is the king or queen of wrestling promos? Who has had the best promos over their career in wrestling? Now, there's a lot of ways you can go with this because when you talk about promos and you talk about the ability to speak on the mic and enthrall the crowd with your ability to articulate yourself, there's a lot of great candidates, right? Um, I think you have like some of the best actors ever that have been professional wrestlers. Like if they had have went to somewhere else, man, hell no, that nigga didn't even get a chance to damn near say nothing. He fell through the wall. That nigga last call said the Shockmaster.
That was funny shit.
Yeah. Yo, that fat nigga fat. Yo, hey, look, man. I don't mean no
Helmet
harm.
fell off of the shit.
Want that tugboat or earthquake? Which one was that? Was that
One
tugboat?
of the motherfuckers. One of the motherfuckers. They were
Yeah,
tugboat.
fell straight through the wall.
Some gimmick
If
ass
you know, you
gimmick
know.
motherfuckers out here.
Just look up the Shockmaster on YouTube. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's just a good blooper. Like you just gonna laugh. It's a good
It's a
time
good
had by all.
laugh. It's a good
But yeah,
time. It's a good time.
why you think on it, man? I'll tell you, man. I think the best wrestling promo, and this was hard for me because my favorite wrestler of all time, is The Rock. So off jump, this is hard for me because he's one of the best promos of all time. You got Stone Cold, that's one of the best promos of all time. You've even got Vince McMahon, that is one of the best promos of all time. You got Ric Flair, the man, one of the best promos of all time. But to me, I think when I look at like every genre, everywhere, no matter what the league, no matter what, an ability to capture the emotion of the people that fuck with him, the ability to like really sell himself as a man to the people and like really build that groundswell of support to the point where people would riot and shit when shit would go fucked up with him. You got to give it to Dusty Rhodes. To this day, the single best promo is the Hard Times promo. Now, the Pipe Bomb promo by CM Punk is great. Don't get me wrong. You got several promos by The Rock during the Attitude Era, especially his 1997 run. You got the Stone Cold versus Vince promos that were amazing. You got the Stone Cold versus Jake the Snake promo that was iconic. You got a lot of promos, but that Hard Times promo, man, when you talk about embodying what the fans were feeling in that moment, just an amazing. He had his finger on the pulse of everyday like pop culture, like the life of people. But he also had his finger on the pulse of like the wrestling culture and like what people wanted to see and hear and what would make the biggest impact for the match he was about to be in. So Dusty Rhodes for me is the best wrestling promo ever. Ever. Forever?
So
Forever.
with that, mine is the polar opposite of him. And this is for the hard times, if not the reason for the hard times promo.
Hold on. Repeat that one more time because you breaking up. You breaking up. You sound like a robot. Say that one more time.
Is the main
Hey, you
reason for
live?
the
Your
hard
international?
times promo.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, did you hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, you just sound robotic, but
This shit gonna play.
yeah.
Ric Flair, the next one,
Oh,
the iconic one, the non-horseman, any variation of the four horsemen, the shit talker, the wheeler, the dealer, Mr. Magic Mountain himself, styling, profiling. Woo! Now I get to his promos. They didn't give you the but those early ones in NWA, going through his WCW career up into his early WWE career, fire. He just made you hate him. He just made you hate him as a person, like you knew him personally. even though you didn't. When Ric Flair started talking, it invoked an emotion in you.
To beat the man, you got to be the man. Yeah, I feel you. My only rebuttal to that would be he was he was so repetitive. Don't get me wrong. There's not a bad Ric Flair promo out there, not at all. So I can't really say you wrong. The only rebuttal I would say is him being the best is maybe that he's more repetitive than others. Like other people can have more like variance in what they would say. Ric Flair was kind of he was in that Hulk Hogan mold of like I got these things, these catchphrases that people really, really, really love. So I'm gonna stick to them and I'm gonna burn their ass up with them. I'm gonna hit them with that shit like 30 times a promo. Like you gonna hear to be
I
the
see
man, you
that.
got to be the man. You gonna hear
I
the
can see
same
that.
thing like
But
with a
later,
Dusty
and I can see that
Rhodes,
like
with
in
a
the
Rock, with a Triple H. You heard like
mid
it was
WCW. I can see that.
yeah, like and when I'm looking at promos, I'm looking across the breadth of their career. So like I'm taking all of it and like looking at the consistency, the so it's like some of them had like really great moments, but like when I'm looking at it, like the only knock I can have against Ric Flair, honestly, like everything else, I really can't say. Let's be honest. There's really like it's really like 1A through 1E when it comes to wrestling promos. Like you got your pick of like a good 5 wrestlers that could all hold claim and legitimately stake an argument to like, yeah, my promos are the best. So like I can't really argue that Ric Flair is not. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm more just saying the reason I don't put him up there is because of that repetitiveness. He can get stuck in a loop with those same catchphrases. Like, and I feel like there's at least 3 people ahead of him that have equally good promos, but they switch it up depending on the situation and the opponent they're facing, as opposed to like, let me give you the hits.
Or I
But
feel like
but I ain't mad at
he got to a point in his career where he was talking shit. He was like, "Well, shit, this shit I keep talking, this shit, and I'm gonna keep getting this pop from this shit. I get a crowd pop every time I tell him I'm Mr. Magic Mountain, and I do this little jig right here, and I tell him I'm gonna get my limo, and I'm willing and dealing, and he kept willing and dealing. And motherfuckers kept
it.
boo, fuck, I
Hey,
need to
look,
make some
man.
music up for. Them niggas
Hey,
hate this shit
again,
right here.
I can't tell you you're wrong because at the end of the day, like he had his hits and him hit to this day. If he's in an interview somewhere and he says them, they get the exact same pop that they did 40, 50 years ago. So I'm not mad at you. You feel me? Like I don't have a strong argument against it. I just more was stating why I did pick him as that. But he up there. He up there. Like when like I said, when you looking at promos, I think that's the one area that we're gonna look at tonight where you can kind of see like a 1A through a 1E, and any of them top 5 is it's really just a matter of preference, what you like, what speaks to you when you were a kid, what speaks to you when you were an adult. You know what I mean? So it's like you right, yeah, you right and you wrong, and I'm right and I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep. Agree to disagree.
Oh yeah, on the promos, that's a tough one. Like I feel like that's probably gonna be the one where we furthest apart or where we have the most disagreement. Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, at least I think so. Just knowing you, I feel like this. Um, but the next area that we're gonna look at, the next wrestling superlative, is the best gimmick of all time. And by gimmick, I don't mean table or chair or something like that or prop. I mean, who had the best persona of all time? Who had the best? You fuck with him as his character more than everybody else. I actually now I'm gonna be honest with you, Face. I have 2 people for mine, so I'm gonna let you say yours, and I'm gonna hope that you say one of them, so I could just say the one other one. But I have 2 people for mine, and I also have 2 people for for my next category too. So I'm gonna need you to. Well, actually, I have two people for all of the last three categories. Okay, so I'm
Now,
hoping that you say one of them for each one of these, so I can say the other.
now, Ben, I'm an old school. I'm a old school wrestling head. Like I grew up watching wrestling in the '80s when I was still living in New York. So, and I remember all these old motherfuckers up to these new motherfuckers. And one of my, I got more than one. So I'm gonna just start out like the persona from the first time I seen him to the last time when he retired. His persona was great. His name rang bells. He's legendary. He's in the Hall of Fame. I believe in the Hall of Fame in the WCW, and the IWGP. I believe the Great Muta.
Broski. Can you say that one more time? I'm over here. Technical
The great,
difficulties.
the Great Muta.
Oh, I did not see you going. I honestly just knew you was about to say one of the two I had. So that
Oh, I
definitely
have
take me
another
for a
one.
loop.
I have
What
another one.
what hold on, before you get to your other one, what made you pick the Great Muda for greatest
Uh,
gimmick?
Because I've watched him throughout his career from when he was a tag team partner with Buzz Zoria to when he had his feud with Sting to when he was going against a Masahiro Chono to even up to when he recently retired a couple years ago and he had that and he was all still with the NWO and he challenged Masahiro Chono to a last final match and the motherfuckers went at it hard like back in the day. Like his persona, everything about him, the green mist, the purple mist, the different color mist, and he originated that shit. And other wrestlers after him took over that misting thing. The way he did his moonsault, the way he snapped that super kick when he had like the brain buster that he had, like the shit he did and the way he did it personified those moves. The way that made people of different genres, different weight classes use his same shit the way he did it, paying homage to him but people don't see it as them paying homage to the way he did it. But me being old school wrestling head and seeing him do it in the original way and him doing it in the old WCW and even before that in the New Japan wrestling and shit, and then seeing people do it and imitate it, I just see the mark he's made. Like his whole persona just is like to me, he was like my Undertaker before the Undertaker.
Wow. Okay. Um, I'll be honest, I did not see that particular direction coming. I like it though. It's very unconventional. Like I said, I did not expect it. What was your second one? Before I get to my two, I want to make sure you get a chance to fully flush out your two since you had a tie as well. What was your
No,
second?
the Undertaker.
Okay. See, that's why I thought you were going. Initially, that's why I thought you were going. So I had my second one like, okay, when he go here, then I'm gonna go here. So we not exactly the same. But yeah, when you talk about consistency, I don't think we've seen another wrestler have the same persona damn near for what, for 30 some years, and it still get the same reaction, it still get the same respect. It's still like he's one of the few from the generation, from that new generation, that had one of them kooky gimmicks that was like kind of like quirky and real stereotypical, that was actually able to pull it off years later. Like, who else can pull off supernatural shit in 2024? It's him and Bray Wyatt.
That's the only ones I know of.
And now obviously the you know the 6'6", because you know Bray's legacy. But them the only two people I've seen post 2000 maybe 3 that have been able to pull off a supernatural gimmick and it get over with the crowd, and it be like over like the crowd is with it. Like, I don't care what you do, you gonna make somebody disappear, cool, I'm with you. You're gonna make some lightning happen, all right, cool, I'm with you. You gonna hang somebody with a crucifix. All right, fuck it. Like people like the shit Undertaker was able to get away with. You right. That was my number one. So I'm with you. We are in concurrence for the first time in this list. Made a record reflect. Um, but my second guy, just in case you picked him, so I can have somebody different, is Crow Sting. And I mean specifically Crow Sting, not Sting in the black and red Wolfpack, not Sting as a surfer, not Joker Sting in TNA or whatever that was, not Sting in WWE. I mean the original Crow Sting in the Raptors with the vulture and the baseball bat, fucking up NWO members, scaring the fuck out of Lex Luger and the Steiner brothers. Like, just, you don't know exactly what the fuck is going on for a whole year. That nigga. That is one of the most compelling gimmicks I've seen in all my years of wrestling. Like, the fact that he was able to, like, I want to remind people, this is one of, Crow Sting is one of the few gimmicks that at no point in time during the run of that character did he actually have a match. He completely compelled an entire audience from just being in the Raptors, pointing baseball bats, letting birds go. Like, that's amazing storytelling right there. That's I am bought. Like, I didn't even understand what was happening at first, but I was bought in just off of the way he was selling everything. And he never fought a match. He didn't have one pin, one bell ring, no nothing. The most he got close to a match was fighting the NWO with his baseball bat. And it was like so superhero-esque because it was like 1 foot, one arm as he swung this bat arm and just elbowed people and kicked people in the gut. It was an elbow and it was a hit with the bat arm and a kick in the gut, and a hit with the bat arm and a kick in the gut, and then he put you in the scorpion death drop, and then he look at the dude that was supposed to be his friend but wasn't, and gave him the bat. Like, what you gonna do? I'm gonna turn my back. You make your choice right now. Tell me who you are. Like, the storytelling and the fact that he started that storytelling before he went full Crow. He was, remember the black face paint surfers thing with the black hair? That was the first thing that got imitated before the Crow Sting came along and started getting imitated with the mask. It was like this weird looking Sting. It was like Sting was like growing his hair out, and he had changed it to back to his original black hair, and it was like, what the fuck Sting going through? He all right. That nigga, because this was the era again. Because again, you got to remember the era we in. We're in the era of LOD Hawk falling off of shit because he drunk as fuck and throwing up in people's face. We in the era of Scott Hall throwing up on national TV on Eric Bischoff's shirt. So we like, what the fuck is going on with Sting? Why he acting like this? He struck out too. All these niggas fucked up. Damn. And then you got the storyline of him and Lex Luger and Macho Man of like, who's the guy that's the bad guy? Is it Sting? Because shit keep happening that keep implicating Sting. So like, I feel like you got, I think, damn, I'm almost making the case for him for another category. But just as far as that gimmick, I would just leave it at this. I think outside of The Undertaker, Crow Sting was able to not only take over a generation for a year, he then parlayed that into other variations of that same character for another 20 years and played that shit to perfection. You know what I mean? Like, every variation of him has been the right variation for the time frame that he was in and the company he was in at the time. and what their product looked like. Like, even if you don't like Joker Sting, it was Crow Sting, but to the extreme. But it was because he was in a company that was doing the cartoonish stuff. It had Abyss, and it had the weird, like, like TNA was in that place in that moment where it was like it wasn't sure if it wanted to be 93 WWE, 96 WCW, or 98 WWE. Like, it was like, I don't know. We just throwing shit against the wall.
Just doing everything.
Yeah, so like it made sense. So like I think outside of Undertaker, I think Undertaker is probably who we most agree on out of this whole list. Like, that is the gimmick of all gimmicks. Like, the streak, the again, like, I think the biggest testament to the Undertaker is the fact that he was able to make a gimmick work that in 2024 should not make sense. Everybody knows wrestling is scripted. Everybody knows this shit is fake. We've seen enough CGI to know what good CGI is. Yet all of the little weird, kooky, corny stuff that Undertaker's done over the years, it never came off that way. Every single one of them made sense for the character, the time, the opponent, the whatever the zeitgeist of America was at the moment. Like, it made sense. Like, when he switched to the biker, it wasn't like, well, won't this nigga just burying niggas? It was like, yeah, that makes sense. Cause nigga, we fucking badass. We wearing leather gloves and punching niggas in the face out here. Nigga, we getting crunk, and the Lil John and 3-6 got us fucking niggas up and stomping niggas in Tim's. Like, nigga, yeah. You right. Last rider, nigga. Throw that nigga drawers up his ass and slap him through the fucking earth, nigga. Paul. But that was what time we was on. You feel? I'm just saying that was where we was at as a people, as a country. We was just there. Like, it was kick a nigga in the balls and drink beer and smack folk and chop your crotch at people and tell them to suck it for no reason. Nobody's done anything to you. But you being a biker badass, it makes sense. Literally the year before, mind you, not a whole lot in the world has changed, but just enough has changed where literally the year before, we were 100% behind you being a vampire-esque leader of darkness who had fed people at your disposal to do your bidding. And we believed it when you came out and minions were holding flaming torches and you crucified Stone Cold. Like, the same guy within 365 days of each other, two completely different personas, but the same character, the same gimmick, the same dead man. We still believed like he wasn't quite alive, and when he walked the top rope, that it was something kind of mystical about it. Not just he was a tall ass nigga that was athletic and could just, have good balance. That couldn't be possible. This nigga was magic. Because when we first saw him, he was magic. This nigga Tombstone Hulk Hogan. What the fuck? This nigga came out raw as fuck. This nigga came out in Survivor Series and eliminated the whole team. Like, boom, 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 boom. Like, what? This nigga was damn near 7 feet jumping off top ropes, doing clotheslines and walking across. Nigga, what the fuck? And you remember back in the day when he had the little gray cufflinks and shit. That nigga would walk like, it won't like the new old school. He take like 2-3 steps and he kind of close to the turnbuckle just in case. And he's 30. He like, oh, I don't know about these no more. These knees ain't doing it. I'm talking about Undertaker when he walked damn near 75% of the rope and be like, he damn near on the other side, like chopping the shit out your shoulder blade. Like, you believed it. I don't know why would he shut Hulk Hogan hand in the damn in the casket, I believe that was some real detrimental shit. But to me, as a person who has shut his hand in a car door before, I thought that shit was real. I was like, oh, this nigga's hand is broke. He's not gonna be right for the fight at all. He'll never recover again. Watch all his fingernails fall off. I seen this before. I know what's about to happen. This just gonna get black up under there, and it's gonna be looking like bruises. And then all of a sudden, oh, no more fingernail, just empty nail bed. I know how this go. I just knew it. So like you could no, you ain't never fucked your fingers up. You ain't never fucked your fingers up and like shut them shit to some like real, like to some like a safe or some shit that like it don't got no give. It ain't like you just gonna slip your fingers out. Like they stuck for a second until you unlock some shit. So I had shut my fingers in the door like 2 years before, so I knew it was about to happen. Oh, this nigga's about to have no fingers, no finger sensation. Ain't nowhere in the world he gonna be able to beat the shit out of Undertaker. And then this nigga got Tombstone. I was like, oh yeah, Undertaker is the baddest thing ever. Couldn't tell me now, mind you, I don't mean this as like a flex. I promise y'all I don't. I mean this to show how dumb I was sitting here believing this stupid shit. And believing that this nigga was goddamn fucking reincarnated after he got buried by Yokozuna. Mind you, I have legit test scores that would tell you that I'm a genius. But my genius ass was like, yeah, Undertaker is reincarnated. They killed that nigga. You saw all them niggas on that casket, he was dead. And then you saw him on the Titantron. He alive again. This is 9, 10, 11-year-old me. So I'm gonna tell you how dumb I was as a kid. As smart as I was in other areas. Street smart, yes, but just like my ability to suspend disbelief, to suspend belief and just be like for cartoons and wrestling was horrible. But yeah. So have you ever seen
I got another good one.
Okay, so we still on gimmick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, give me one.
Raven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consistent regardless of what.
I won't say it's the best, but I will say as far as like depth and consistency and just like the ability to read the times before they were the times. Because when he first started that flock shit and all that, it was a little bit on the front edge of that counterculture, grunge. I'm a teenager and I'm angry and I don't know why. I live in the suburbs and I'm rich, but I hate everybody because my life sucks as I spend millions of dollars. Like it was like he was like right on the front edge of that becoming like the culture or the like prevalent pop culture like type of sensation. So like I yeah, hell yeah. And his ability to like to be a heel and like really sink into like his opponents like the shit that they really didn't want to confront. Now, mind you, these are storylines, so we don't know if these were these real people's lives or nothing, but his ability to sell that this was these people's lives and they really don't want to confront this and I'm fucking them up because of it was really amazing. Like that Tommy Dreamer storyline was like, to this day, one of the top 3 storylines ever in life. Like that, it was epic. So I'll give you that. I can't argue that. And since we're talking about storylines, that is the next category. What is the best wrestling storyline of all time? Now, this can be a pay-per-view to pay-per-view storyline. This can be a year-to-year storyline. This can be one of them storylines that kind of moved across the years and crescendoed at a certain point. It's just whatever you feel is the best wrestling storyline. And I have two for this one as well. So I'll let you go first, as I did with the last. You give your maybe on this one instead of giving both, give me your first one. I'll give you my first one, then you give me your second one. I give you my second.
My first one is the NWO saga.
Fuck! Never mind then. Well, I ain't gotta give you number my second one. That worked. That worked. That boy.
um,
I remember. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, Taylor. I'm gonna let you finish. But
it,
Beyonce,
it captivated. It captivated
look,
the wrestling world at the
bruh,
time of
do you remember being
Swan.
on the phone like 30 deep on three way when three way was a thing on landlines, and it'd be like 30 niggas on there, and all of us watching them shit flipping back and forth between WWE and WCW, and
Mhm.
NWO hit, and everything changed. It was like, oh, never mind, we're gonna just see what happened here because this nigga just threw Rey Mysterio like a lawn dart.
Mhm.
Like he just pegged this nigga into the side of a. Oh, this is real. These niggas is tripping. They
Yep.
not really supposed to be here. Hold up.
Yep.
Cause we
Yep.
just hold on. We just seen these niggas on WWE.
They were just on
And
the
that
other channel.
and that was when
Why they on
WWE
this
was
one?
doing the pre-tapes. So like you were catching the shit like
Mhm.
on WCW live, but WWE you might see some shit that happened like Thursday and it's the next Monday. But WCW was today. So like they was fucking you up
Mhm.
because it was like and Razor Ramon was still talking like Razor Ramon. He wasn't saying he was Razor Ramon, but that was Razor Ramon. Oh, this nigga brought out Diesel. Hey, Face. Hey, the nigga brought out Diesel. Hey, did you see this shit, nigga? Hey, no. Hey, look, man. Fuck Bret Hart and them. Look, listen to me. Did you see this shit, nigga? This shit is happening for real in front of our face. We never
Oh
thought this
yeah.
would be. We never thought this would be a thing. This
Telling
is
you, man.
amazing. So yeah, I definitely feel like the NWO can go one. So I only have one more then. So you can go after this if you have another one, if you had like a tie. But for me, it is it's a, I feel like it's one story, but it's like four stories combined. It's the Bullet Club
Okay.
slash Omega versus Okada story. I feel like the story of the Bullet Club from Prince Devitt to AJ Styles to Kenny Omega to the Okada and Omega saga and Okada and his tag team partner in the middle of that. Like, I feel like that Bullet Club saga over there in Japan was like, it was what wrestling is supposed to be. It was like really great matches that were capping off like these really like these like 6 month character arcs and like, oh well, look, all of this has happened and now we're back here and this is gonna be the time, and like, you know what I mean. So like it has the most above 6-star matches. It has most the most 6-star and above matches, I should say. It has produced some of the biggest stars in any wrestling league, from AJ Styles to um Finn Balor to the New Bucks to a Kenny Omega. Like when you talking about some of the better champions, it is there. Even the Kenny Omega Chris Jericho match came out of that Bullet Club saga and and the storyline it produced, if that makes sense. So like I feel like it's one of them storylines that just produced so many good and amazing storylines. You had betrayals, you had the breakups of tag teams, you had the reunitings of tag teams, you had champions being crowned, you had new blood jumping in and becoming new champions. Like I really think that Bullet Club saga. If you're into Japanese wrestling and you're into New Japan and IWGP and all that stuff over there. I think that you will really like appreciate that saga. It spanned across almost 10 years, and to this day, a big thing in wrestling is like making money, and your ability to draw is what they call it. Your ability to make money. That saga has probably some of the highest selling merch. Period.
Mm-hmm.
We talking up there with Stone Cold, up there with Hulk, up there with John Cena, up there with whoever else you can think of, The Rock, whoever else you can think of that's famous and had good merch sales. These dudes was up there, and I'm talking about for a span of a 10-year span, like to where their shit was in Hot Topic selling out and shit. Like so, like they was them one. So yeah, the Bullet Club saga in its entirety, from the inception of it, and you got these Easterners, I mean these Westerners coming over to the East, taking over to the very end of it, where now we're back in the West and we're calling it different names, but it's pretty much the same, different people and different offshoots. But yeah, uh, but that's my top storyline of all time. Pace Mobby, you have another storyline, or should we go to the next category?
Yeah, I got one. It's an old school one, but it's still a great one. It's back in WCW when the Four Horsemen faked Sting and tried to act like he was a new member of the Four Horsemen, only to betray him later and beat the shit out of him.
Okay. Okay. I'm torn. I'm really torn. I'm really, really torn. Okay. 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 I'm torn. Because on one hand, to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite storylines in wrestling. But what always brings it down for me is the fact that betraying Sting was almost a trope of WCW.
Yeah,
It
after
was
a
like
while.
Sting joins group. Everybody thinks Sting is gonna influence group. People in the group wear Sting face paint. Then they kick Sting's ass.
Yep.
Like it was like every year he was joining, he was being duped into another fucking group of people that was gonna whoop his ass at the next Starcade or the next Halloween Havoc. Like you just knew that it was about to get beat the fuck up. Like you knew it was coming. It was just a matter of like what episode they betray him on. Is it Saturday Night Main Event? Is it Nitro? Is it the next pay per view? Like you just never knew. Was it Hog Wild? Like you just knew he was about to get beat up.
War games.
So like I think that was the biggest. That was the only knock on that thing for me in all of Sting's storylines, except for the Crow one, because it was the one storyline where he took charge. Every other storyline, he was like, "I'm the doopy baby face." Ooh, you dudes who I've been fighting with for the past 9 years want me to join you? Okay, let's beat this other goofy up, and then you beat me. I wanted to beat up. Why wouldn't you beat me up? I've kicked your ass for 9 years. Yeah, you gonna beat me up. And it was always that. Which way did he go, Joe? Which way did he go? Okay, hold on. Before we go, all right. So we still on storyline. So before we go to the last two categories in this wrestling shit, I see a lot of shit in the comments. I want to make what's good, Rodner? Okay, so we got the fourth and the fifth partner here. So technically we got four partners in the house, even though it's a 3-man show, but it's technically a 5-man show. So we good for the night. All right.
Oh yeah.
We got let's look at these comments and kind of go back to them. Let's see. As racist as wrestling is, I'm surprised there wasn't a black dude called.
The wrong.
Hey, Hey, you going straight to hell for that, bro. What the fuck? Nigga, it'll run away. Hey, yo. And why can I see that in like 1992? Vince
Hell
McMahon
yeah.
with a nigga in some burlap sack clothes with some shackles. Talking about the runaway, and that nigga finisher move is like the Underground Railroad. He just run over.
The big shoulder block or some shit.
Yeah. And that nigga wind up like the Godfather before he do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Oh,
Uh,
shit.
Nigga said Macho Man and Hulk Hogan and Elizabeth. Okay, yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
storyline.
that's
Oh, you ain't
good.
lying.
That
That's
was
one of them classic ones. That is
good. Mm-hmm.
big because at the time, especially for the time, I think sometimes like through time things get lowered in their impact. But when you look at their impact for the time they was held in, I think that probably was the biggest thing in wrestling. Period. No matter what company you rooted for, no matter what, that the superpower, the mega powers, whatever you call it, like breaking up, coming together, all like that was a major moment in wrestling. Like that was one
Mm-hmm.
of them moments that caused WWF to take over from the other companies and really become that nationwide powerhouse because that was one of them storylines that captivated everybody. Like you was just fucking with it. It was intriguing. And Macho Man as an actor and the Macho Man as a character, like the way he sold everything and really like you really hated him when he went heel, but you also really loved that shit when him and Elizabeth got back together and it was like a moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was the real saga, damn right. They were wild with the racial stereotype things. Coco Beware, yeah, Coco Beware doing the goddamn funky chicken for every goddamn match. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what was the black lady that was with Dusty Rhodes in WWE? Sapphire.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
that whole area there was real coonish too. So yeah, we could have done without that. When we looking at, I'm assuming this is gimmick, the Iron Sheik. The only reason I won't say the Iron Sheik is because that nigga got on crack and fucked everything up. Like after a while, it stopped being believable that nigga was really that strong and he was gonna fuck some nigga. Like man, get your and we fucked them niggas up in the Persian Gulf War. So I think after that, it was kind of like Middle Eastern gimmicks. It was just kind of like we already whooped y'all ass. We stay whooping y'all ass. Fuck is you over? Fuck out my face. Put them little clubs down. Might care you spinning them around. Yeah. Let's see. The Generation X was pretty popular. Yeah. I will say that was probably one of the coolest storylines too. The original The Generation X morphing into the new Generation X. Because if you know it's two. It was the original with Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Rick Rude. And then Rick Rude defected to WCW, and you had the three, but they was like wiping boogers on Canadian flags, and that was when they was beefing with Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation real hard. And then that actual beef is what sparked the gang warfare theme that WWE had for a minute, where everybody was in a faction. You had like Undertaker with the two twins that was bald headed and they was bikers too. The DOA. You had the little Puerto Rican gang with Savio Vega and them. You had the Nation of Domination. You had Degeneration X, and you had the lower level Degeneration X, like China and New Age Outlaws and them that was fighting against like like so you had all these little factions, but it started with Degeneration X, the original version, and Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart really not liking each other and cussing each other the fuck out. And basically Shawn Michaels revealing an affair and blowing his boogers on the maple leaf. And that was what really started all of it. And then Shawn Michaels couldn't find his smile, so he had to leave. And then you had Triple H take over and all that. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's my storyline. So far for promos, we had Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. For gimmicks, We had the Undertaker, Crow, Sting, and what was the third one?
Shit. Raven.
Raven. For storyline, we had the NWO, the Bullet Club, Omega Okada saga, and you had the what we just talk about. I'll take the
Shit.
Generation X from the because the way they formed to the way they finished, I think was a real good storyline that lasted over years. So I'll take that from the chat. Let's see, Nemesis, Dave Catcher. Hey man, what? Hey bro, what you on tonight? Last call from the wrestler called a runaway to his arch nemesis being a slave catcher slash plantation owner. Hey man, you alright?
What was it, Ted Turner?
Who you been hanging with, man? You've been to the African. You've been to the little museum in D.C., the little African American History Museum, ain't you? Yeah, that shit will fuck you up. Make you want to kick somebody's ass. Gotta be, because this nigga is tripping. And then the WWF Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan was kind of new for good versus good. I would say that was good, but the storyline don't hold up under the weight of time. I feel like a good storyline, like you could go back and watch it now from start to finish, it and like just start watching it, and it will still intrigue you, similar to the way it did when you first watched it, right? I feel like that storyline, because of so many revelations about Ultimate Warrior, revelations about Hulk Hogan, like just the work rate and the way that the type of match it was, it just don't hold up. If you want a match where you're gonna go good versus good or evil versus evil or like same versus same, basically, right? I would give you Brock versus Goldberg. What, the second to last match, the one where it only lasted. It lasted a good 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But all 3 minutes and 30 seconds was some of the best shit that you've ever seen. Like them niggas was fucking each other up. When I tell you they were beating the shit out of each other, like it was like the professional wrestling's version of Hearns Hagler. Like it's short as shit, but the way them niggas was going, like it was like 13 jackhammers and spears and 13 F5s, and they was elbowing each other and MMA and moving and kicking and punching. It was good, just beating the shit out of each other type shit. Just good. That's just a good ass whooping time. So if you're gonna go there, you might as well go that way. Two big niggas just clothesline each other, and yeah, no. Let's see what else. Kamala smacking his belly. That was a good gimmick. Yeah. I will say this. One of the better storylines that people forget about was Kamala versus Ultimate Warrior. That nigga made Ultimate Warrior throw up some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And that was that for is yeah. Oh, that was Papa Shango, not Kamala. Never mind then. X what I just said. Fuck all that. Papa Shango was that nigga. Fuck Kamala. Roddy Piper. I don't know what that means, but yeah, Roddy Piper was a wrestler. He existed. He wore a skirt. Oh come on, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Promo Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior.
He wasn't.
Okay, so for promo Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, although them promos didn't quite make any sense, I remember imitating them for no reason at all. Okay, I can roll with that on the sense of its ability. It's like its replay value. Like still to this day, them promos do still go like people will recite them and they quotable. So I can rock with that. That makes sense. Yeah. I can't. I have no. The only argument would be preference. It wouldn't be like you don't have a claim. So yeah, you're right. All right, I can respect that. Everybody does a Macho Man. You're right. Everybody does have a good snap into a Slim Jim. For old school, I would go Superfly Snooker versus Don Morocco for storyline. Okay, so this is one of them ones where you would have to enlighten me. I don't know whether you will feel like coming up on the panel or not, but for this type of a thing, like that's before my time a little bit. and my ability to actually see the matches. So I'm not really I don't really know the lore of that storyline to be able to judge it fairly. So you might be right. I don't know. But if you don't mind, if you would come up on the panel, the link is pinned. That would be dope. So you can kind of explain that because I just don't understand personally. I remember when they reintroduced Cage, the first blue one. Talking about the first blue one, that the blue square grid should look like the Matrix. Yeah,
That shit was cool.
yeah. I actually like that cage. I feel like it was more conducive to climbing. I think if they could have done a Hell in a Cell, but of that same ilk, it would have took away one of the best moments, which is what's his name? Mankind falling through the top of the cage. But
Mm-hmm.
on the same token, you still get the initial Mankind falling off the side of the cage, and you get more ability to wrestle on top of the cage and climb it. I feel like them big blocks that's easier to climb like a ladder than it is to climb in them little chain link fences. Like, if you grew up in the hood, unless you are agile like a motherfucker like myself, them chain link fences can catch some motherfuckers up. I done seen some niggas that be the end of their career. You don't see them no more because of them chain link fences. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely remember. Uh, I guess this is for both of us. Face, did you like the movie The Wrestler?
Is that the one with the what's the dude name? Rourke in it.
Yep, Mickey Rourke.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, I think as far as wrestling movies that have been fictionalized, I think that's probably the closest to a wrestler's life that I've seen depicted in a fiction. It still got some stuff that's off, etc. But like for the most part, it's a pretty much realistic depiction of like what wrestlers kind of go through. So I think it was dope. Um,
I fuck with it.
Mickey Rourke, I think his face kept fucking with me throughout the movie, but at the end of the day, too, it made sense because like a lot of wrestlers do start fucking with themselves later in their career as they get older and they start to like feel
Mhm.
like they're not the same. So it made sense. So yeah, I'll roll with that. I think the wrestler was a dope movie. Good watch if you're a wrestling fan. If you want to get introduced to wrestling and you're not quite comfortable watching a wrestling match first, watch that movie. I think, and you can maybe get it in it. Yeah, like the Royal Rumble cage. Okay. And on the side note, Howard Finkel introducing the winner as the new. Yeah, I would say this. Howard Finkel was the
Yeah,
best announcer. Howard Finkel was the best announcer until they got that new girl Samantha Irvin. I think she'll make you tear up when she announced somebody. Hola, bros, you in NC. Goddamn, boy, you moving, my boy. Be safe, my bro. Be safe, Pat.
you see,
Glad to
homie.
know that you are all right. You know what I'm saying? Just keep making it safe, my boy. But
All
you
praise up,
booking
homie.
it, my bro. You booking it. Shit. It worked for the road. Yeah, it did. It did. Padawan yo. Cool. So yeah, we done got caught up on the chat, man. So now we got the last two wrestling categories. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got our last two topics of the night. So here we go. The next wrestling category for the best all-time finishing move. You don't have to pick specifically one user of the move, but the best all-time finishing move to you and why.
Are we talking about only? Are we saying? Are we talking about tag team finishing moves and singles,
The
or just
best
only per?
all-time finishing move to
Mm,
you and why. Ever
mm.
in wrestling, singles, doubles, triples, quadruple tag team. Survivor
Mm,
tag team, Royal Rumble finisher, whatever.
mm. You go first.
Okay, so I got two, but they really the same move, right? Uh, when I look at my finishers, I broke it down to like the best of three categories. First category was like pop. When it happens, how do people react to the finisher? Right? Because the crowd the most important part of wrestling. If the crowd don't fuck with it, it don't even matter if the shit cool, right? Um, then I broke it down to who had the most creativity and or the ability for their move to be like versatile, right? It could do a lot of different things for the wrestler or wrestler. Then third, I looked at impact. If I was to be hit with the move, would it hurt for real? Right? Because you got some moves that we know for a fact they look good on TV, but we've tried them and yeah, it ain't really nothing. I can snore through this. Then you got other moves that's like, oh no, as soon as you put this on, all right, I'm tapping. You got it. Hey, buddy, you all right? So I got two moves here. Well, I got three moves, but I got two moves that are the same move. I have the for my first move, I have the RKO slash diamond cut. When I look at what it does, right? The fact that you are literally grabbing somebody's head and face and neck and driving it toward the ground. Already, A plus for impact. Whatever happens from that move, whether you just yank my neck real bad, whether you smash my face on the ground, whether you smash the top of my head into the ground, I'm fucked up in real life if that happened to me. So impact, love it. Versatility and creativity. Before I saw it, I had never saw it. So for me, it was like before the Stone Cold Stunner, before all of that, it was the Diamond Cutter. I was like, oh, this nigga is laying niggas out with this shit, and that's cool. I hadn't really thought of doing that. Like he had the DDT, you had the Death Valley Driver, but that particular variation I hadn't seen brought to the state in a major way to where it came to TV where I saw it. So it was like amazing to me, and the versatility of it from Diamond Dallas Page and the reigning champion of it, Randy Orton. Like the amount of ways that we've seen this finisher hit, it's been out of them doing an aerial move. It's been out of other people doing aerial moves. It's been out of slingshot moves. It's been out of on the table moves. It's been off of ladders. It's been off of it's been into stairs. It's been like you catching people doing crazy shit. Like no matter how you do it, it's iconic. People know it that don't know wrestling because of the memes of it, and people like RKOing people into swimming pools and shit. Like it's one of them moves that's just like iconic, and no matter who does it, it's the end of the match. The RKO specifically is one of the most protected moves ever in history, up there with the burning hammer, the Hogan leg drop, and others. So like when you and the people's elbow. So when you look at it, it's one of the moves that is also like for a fact when you get hit with it, if the pin happens and there's no interference, we're done. We're going home. So RKO slash diamond cutter is my first move. I have one more move, but I'm gonna see what you say for your first move before I even waste my time saying.
No, repeat what you just said. I ain't hear the last time.
I said I have one more move, but I'm going to allow you to say yours before I say mine because you may say the same shit.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the super kick.
Huh. Okay.
Come out of nowhere, regardless of who uses it.
Right.
If you use it the right way, it's gonna get the same pop from the crowd. And if you do it right, you can get the same pop and the same sound effect from the kick itself or from the in ring sound effect.
That's a fact.
Can come out of nowhere, can hit the opponent from anywhere. We've seen Shelton Benjamin jump across the ring from the top rope and get caught with one.
Yeah,
That was the best
that's
one
probably
I've
that's
seen.
probably what y'all was gonna say. That's probably the most devastating shit.
That was the best one.
Yeah, he got fucked.
Um, um, the one we caught Stone Cold with when he had the cowboy boots on. That was a good one.
Yeah, yeah. You talking about on the top of the ramp?
Uh huh. And also when he caught Bret Hart when he was in the wheelchair. Huh.
Ugh. I still think the Marty Jannetty one was a pretty good one. Now,
Yeah,
hold
damn
on.
right, that's up there.
Now, when we specify this, let me be clear, because I do differentiate in this aspect. This is one of the moves that a lot of people do, but I differentiate. When you talk about super kick, are you specifying the sweet chin music, or are you saying the super kick as a move in general, done by all performers of the
The
move?
super kick is a move in general, but if you're looking at specificities, we're going to Shawn Michaels.
Okay. Now, because I was gonna rebuttal, I was gonna hate to be like the heel of the show tonight, but like, but if you say Shawn Michaels super kick, you win every time, all the time. To this day, the best super kick from start to finish I've seen, and I mean that as far as like whether or not you can see where the sound comes from, whether or not where it comes from, how I like where it's hit from, the timing of it, the impact of it, the even the theatrics of the precursor of like him loading it up, and like when he would little nuances, like when he looks at Ric Flair and is like, I'm sorry, before
Hmm.
he does it. You know what I mean? It's like the little Shawn Michaels is like I go with you on that 100%. But when you get it into like the New Bucks and the Usos, where it's like 15 super kicks to knock a nigga out. As a person who's been a recipient of a side kick,
Those kicks, them kicks ain't super. They just those just
yo, look,
sidekicks.
look, standing side kick will fuck you up to the gut, to the face, to the whatever. Even if you don't be knocked out, you're not fighting like you was before, right? So to see people do that move and it not be like the end of the match is hard for me. I will say Chris Adams and Shawn Michaels to this day are the best too, because they probably got the most protected super kicks as far as like that being the end of their match when they hit it. Shawn Michaels is the master of it though, because he's learned how to incorporate the storyline into when it happens, how it happens, what how much of theatrics he puts into it before it happens, all of that. Like he's really Shawn Michaels is a master of the craft. Let's be honest. Like he knows how to wrestle, and he's mastered a lot of the nuances that make wrestlers great. So I will go with you on that, my boy. Um, my only other one is the most protected finisher in wrestling history. If I'm not mistaken, it has a 98 point like 8 or a 98.9% success rate of finishing the match it is in on the very first one that's hit. So that means that nobody runs in on the first one hit, nobody breaks it up, nobody kicks out of the first one. It's just I hit it, we're going home. And that's the burning hammer. Um for my people, that only watch American wrestling, you probably have never seen the Burning Hammer. It's one of the moves that's done on the indie scene. It's done in Japan by the originator of it. But there's not a lot of people who do this move because it is a very dangerous move to pull off because of the neck angle, because of what part of your body is hitting the ground at a high velocity, because of the fact that the person that's doing it is in complete control. So if they want to kill you, they technically could with this move. But the Burning Hammer is basically a Death Valley driver, but inverted. So they're driving the top of your face into the mat, essentially. So your neck is hitting like if this is your face, your neck is hitting like this.
Mhm.
So like everything about the move is just wrong physically as far as what your body should be taking in any type of a competition, right? But much less like this is one of the finishes like you can really at any moment you can end somebody's career. There's not a lot of ways to protect the person. Is you got to do it perfect or you're fucked. Now there's one Japanese dude that has somehow managed to do it perfect to where like nobody's been like, oh, this nigga hurt me, but he originated it and he's fucked everybody up with it. And he's the one that has the highest percentage of like kill shots with the shit. Um, but yeah, as far as finishers go, like it's probably the one. Like when you look at creativity, first of all, the fact that it probably predates the Death Valley driver. I'm not 100% on that, but when I look at like Wikipedia and stuff like that, and I start looking up moves, like it seems like that move was seen before the Death Valley driver was seen, which means that that's crazy. That the first thing you thought of was to put somebody up on your back like that and have them stretch like that, first of all, but much less drop them on their face from there. So like you was mad at somebody that night anyway. But then secondly, not only the impact of that move in real life, but also the creativity and the versatility, like because of it being similar to the torture rack or the Death Valley driver, we've seen those moves be put on people from many different positions and many different like scenarios. So we know that that move is then equally as versatile because it's the same setup. It's just a different ending, right? So, however many times you've seen Lex Luger put the torture rack on somebody, the burning hammer can be assembled equally as efficient. And then also the efficacy of the move, like there's nobody kicking out of this shit. Like you down. Or you gonna play down at least long enough to get that 3 count so that you don't gotta get back up why this nigga still walking around doing that move. And that's my other finisher of the you know of all time.
Now, my last one is a oldie but goodie. Um, Many people have tried to duplicate it or just put it in their repertoire and just make it a normal move, but quite a few people have also tried to make it a finishing move. But I love when this one person does it because it just comes out of nowhere like an RKO, but it's nowhere near what that does. It's Raven's DDT.
The even flow.
Yes.
Hey, when I tell y'all that's the to this day the best DDT in all of DDT. And I mean that with all due respect to Jake the Snake. But the DDT from Raven, I agree with Face on that. Yep. Tell him why, Face. Tell him why.
The DDT, well, the even flow, we're going to call it by its real name. It's a surprise. It comes out of anywhere. The fluidity of it, it's unmatched by anybody. And this move is done by a lot of people. A lot of people emulate this, do this move, put it in their repertoire, make it one of their main go-to moves sometimes. But I don't care who you are, it don't get no better than the even flow with the DDT.
Oh, the even flow DDT to this day is amazing. Hold on, we got two people joining us. Let's see what they have to add to it.
Hey,
What's going on? Video game
Hey, heard you
What's
talking
going
about
on, going on?
owner
Ravens.
and lottery milk dollars. What's going on,
I
fellas?
heard you talking about Ravens even flow DDT.
Correct. Yes.
Yes,
The
yes.
best DDT in the business. Yes.
I agree.
Man, when I tell you, like, you didn't think you could see something more perfect than Jake's DDT.
Yeah.
And then Raven did his, and it's like, oh no, that's devastating.
I don't know,
Man,
man. I
right.
gotta stop you there. I don't agree with that.
Oh, you think Jake's is better, or you have somebody else's DDT ahead of it?
Well, since I know him in real life, I don't want to say his, name, since just to try to, defend him because, you guys, you might clown him or something.
No, who you
So,
got?
yeah.
We wrestling fans. So
Nah,
like,
nah, it's
if you
okay,
got
man.
somebody,
It's okay.
no, bro, you came up here for a reason. If you got somebody that you honestly feel like has a better DDT, like we're not closed minded like that. Like if it makes sense, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
I don't care who you know, and you don't gotta like give none of your personal business or nothing like that. Like we don't need to know that so that way you don't implicate yourself in any way or anything. But like, who is your favorite DDT? You don't have to say it's the best, so that way you don't have to like put your neck on the line. But like, who is your favorite to watch? Like who's the best DDT you've seen apply?
Probably, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, he's a classic. I always,
hold on.
I
Hulk
liked him
Hogan with a
because,
DDT? He used
yeah,
that?
man.
No, I
Yeah,
don't think. I
Yeah,
don't think
man.
back in
he means.
the day.
I don't think he means DDT. I think he's talking about his favorite like fighter, or sorry, a wrestler.
No,
You know
no,
what's
DDT. No, bro, I'm talking about.
Oh,
Who
okay?
is this guy?
Okay, but you're
I did not see this going.
hold on. But he was talking about Hulk Hogan. I gotta admit, when I saw that leg drop, now I started watching in the '90s, so I wasn't an '80s wrestler, but
Fair enough.
he did the leg drop. I thought that was the lamest fucking move ever. But when
Yeah.
I saw that tape get released with him with that woman, I realized why that leg drop was so effective. You know what I mean? You see why that was so effective?
Hey, you on your way. You the next Minnie Bruce. That's hilarious.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that?
That is hilarious. I did not see that coming, but I'm with you, bro. All right.
Yeah. I was a Hulkamaniac after that tape.
Hey, look, man, that's funny as hell.
Anyway,
that's good.
sorry. So yeah, he said Hulk Hogan. That's your favorite DDT
All
guy.
right. Now, when
Yeah,
you say
man.
that, are you being for real or are you trolling? Like, if you're trolling, it's cool. We roll with it. We understand.
Wait,
We get those
who's
kind of
trolling?
times. No, I'm asking you, are you being for real or trolling? I'm not.
Oh, no,
I'm not saying you are doing either. I'm genuinely asking.
No, I'm like for real. Like, I swear to God.
Okay. When was Hulk Hogan using the DDT as one of his moves? He got like he's kind of like John Cena with like he was
Early 80s with the white trunks.
Oh shit! Now I gotta look this up because now I gotta see it because if it is that smooth, I gotta be like, okay, I gotta give it up.
You gotta remember he used to do the pile drive and some more shit for moves.
Are we talking about like
we
talking about like AWA Hulk Hogan?
WWF.
I'm fucking with the dreads, cuz.
I appreciate you, fam. That's what's up, my nigga. Let me see. I need to see him do a DDT. Like,
yeah.
Okay, no, does DDT Hulk Hogan does DDT? Because if that's like this movie, because I can't rule it out. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like Hulk Hogan was like a more well-rounded wrestler in Japan and shit too.
Yeah.
Remember when he choked that
You
dude?
know,
Film for a minute.
Damn, I can't find him actually doing the DDT. I see Jake Roberts DDT and Hulk Hogan, but not the other way around. But not Hulk Hogan like performing it. But since look, Face is more of a wrestling aficionado than myself, I'll admit. So if he agrees that like he's seen it, I defer. I can't argue with you then, my brother.
nah, you're
That's
right.
why
Yeah,
I
it
would have
was
never guessed.
if I remember correctly, it was some big motherfucker he DDT too. And so it wasn't no sloppy ass. It wasn't no sloppy DDT. It was kind of
So you
smooth.
talking like King Kong Bundy, one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like, it was
yeah,
a
but
big motherfucker.
Back
wrestling,
then, that's who we was beefing with. If we talking
but
early WWE.
wrestling, I'm kind of getting bored of wrestling. I want some real shit. I want some real street shit. So since I'm from the hood and everything, I want some real like ghetto gutter shit.
Oh, you might want to watch the Gloves Up, Guns Down movement on YouTube. It's a
Street
lot
beefs.
of it's a lot of hood dudes doing like MMA and boxing, but they pretty much just be beating the shit out of each other, and I mean that'd probably be more up your alley.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you
but
know
yeah,
what
but
I'm saying?
it just pisses
You
me
might
off,
also be in the
because
slap fights where people get the
yeah,
shit slapped out of them for
yeah,
Yeah.
but it just pissed me off, because everyone was saying, "Yo, wrestling is fake," and I was like, "Bro, it's not fake. This is real life, man. This is life or death."
Those are real concussions.
It ain't life or death, but I will say like
It
I
is.
will say that
This is life or death,
the
man.
storyline isn't life or death, but the moves they do can definitely knock you the
Yeah.
fuck out or kill you, and it can change your life for
Yeah.
sure. I agree with that. We've seen a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
wrestlers over the years that like look like vegetables now.
Yeah. It's like, well, who was the wrestler that tried to jump from the rafters but fell down?
All right.
Yeah. He tried to didn't he try to
Yo,
do a swanton or something?
no, Owen Hart, you talking about?
Yeah, I thought that's what. Oh no.
No,
He tried to do the sting thing.
yeah, he was coming down with the rope, but the people who rigged the rope, they rigged like they didn't rig it right. It was like a cheap company that was like brought
Are
in
you
at the
watching
last
Dark
minute.
Side of the Ring, sir?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know no better.
No,
All I
I know.
know is that I was watching the pay per view and that shit cut out,
Oh, really?
and it was like the wavy lines, but you could still hear Jim Ross and them talking. So you heard like certain announcements, but it was like blurry until they went back to the next match. So until Jim Ross came back and was like, "All right, Owen Hart's passed, and we're going to the next match," like it was like blurry lines, but you could hear it. So like I just remember watching the pay per view as a kid, like, what the fuck is going? Is this real? Because at that age, I'm thinking like everything on wrestling is like cartoons. Like you're gonna be back.
Mhm.
This is not real. There's no way in the world they're gonna air somebody passing away in front of me. Like, nah.
Bro, that was real, man.
Yeah, they did it. Yeah, they did it.
Bro,
Yeah,
my
they did
uncle
it.
told me, like, bro, his corpse was in that. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was just laying in the middle of the ring for a while.
Yeah, and he was dead, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They tried to do CPR and everything on him, but yeah. But so yeah, that took a dark turn. Talking about finishers.
How about China? Man or woman?
Woman, but too much steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I notice about now
Either
what I
no-
no, I'll say she a woman just because you got childhood pictures of her. So she was always just a butch looking woman, but she was a little girl. She just
Yeah.
she just was ugly.
There's a lot of
And
steroids.
and
Man,
then
that
she
thing
made
just
herself more manly because of the
Yeah.
steroid. So like it made it worse.
And man, that clit got woo.
Yeah.
Man. Can you imagine brushing up against that thing? It was bigger than I'm sure a lot of the other wrestlers. You know what I'm saying.
Ganja man.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Hey yo, hey yo,
Dude, this is the what? Dude, you have wild card under your name. You gotta be ready for the wild cards.
That boy said her clit was. You seen that one night in China, huh? That shit was big
I've
as
seen
hell.
One Night in China.
That
I've
shit was
seen
big. Oh,
what are the 2 Nights in China? I forgot what the other ones were called.
the other one.
You thought she just
Nigga.
did one?
Yeah, like you
Oh,
might
well,
catch
oh
the
no, 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 no,
original for the novelty of it, because
no,
like let me
no,
see
man.
what
She
the
was
fuck is
going
happening.
on. She was
But you
going
don't
on.
actually like keep watching that shit, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah, on to the next one. You have never like just looked at one and like, all right, I'll look at the next.
No.
You have. Come on, dude. Don't. Come on. One chronic masturbator to another. You've seen it. You've seen others.
You really don't get pussy, do you?
No, I get. I get.
He over real.
I get.
He dead ass serious.
I get pussy, dude. I'm a freedom fighter. We stay diving in pussy, but
Yeah, man.
I can't help. Dude, I've been a chronic masturbator since I
No,
was
he
like
playing.
13.
He playing. This nigga weird as fuck.
Yeah, bro. That's weird, bro. Bro, like
Yo, come
personally,
on,
like for
man.
me,
Come on, man. You ain't serious right there, man. Come on with that bullshit,
About
man.
what?
With the freedom fighter, what the hell they got to do with you beating your meat all the time, bro? You straight?
Because
You all right?
I'm a freedom fighter.
You fighting your dick?
Beating the shit out of it?
Yeah, it looks. It looks.
Ooh!
It looks like that.
Ooh,
Like
beat the
a
shit out of it.
boxer without the little
He
protective.
jumping that shit, boy. Hey, look, man. That shit crazy.
well, masturbating isn't bad, guys. Like,
Yo. Hey, this is where you wanted to go.
Well,
This
no,
is the
but
type of
like,
shit you've
are,
been
are you
looking
try-
for.
are you trying to- are you
This your type of
No.
conversation. You go
Are
ahead, because
you?
I
Are
don't,
you?
I don't know what
Yo,
to think.
Are
These
you?
niggas
Are you trying to
good.
tell us that you?
Hey, look,
don't
last
get it?
call. You ain't never lied. This is where wrestling talk takes you. Because damn it,
no,
Yeah.
we have
no,
talked about a million different topics, and this one topic
no.
is what this is where
Well,
we
this is.
end up.
It's going into what I want to talk about. Who is the current male wrestler that you would like to do a tombstone pile driver pantsless with?
Sir.
Triple
I
H.
think for me, yeah, Triple H is a good one. I would do that. Who's that fucking guy? That Otis guy? I'd fucking do that to him.
Sir, I'm gonna be honest with you. You might have stumbled across the wrong podcast.
No, this is a wrestling podcast, right?
I'm not, no. This is just a general podcast. We just
Oh, my
happen to
bad.
be wrestling fans too, so this is one of our
Yeah. So
topics.
this is cool.
But it's cool.
You
I
know,
would just say that as far as the
Tombstone pile
naked with
driver?
other men type of thing, this is not that type of podcast. So I
Yeah, no.
ain't mad at you if that's what you into.
No.
God bless you.
I'm not
But
gay.
this
I'm not
ain't
gay.
that.
I'm not gay.
No,
But
you are. No, you
no,
are.
it's not. I'm not.
Hey, look,
I'm not.
look,
Look,
man.
dude, I have no problem saying
Go
if
to
I'm gay or
therapy,
not. It's
get out of denial. But I'm gonna tell you, there's no straight men trying to do stuff naked with other straight men. That's just not what we trying to do.
yeah, there is.
No,
It's a move.
no, brother.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
move, man.
No,
It's a
brother.
wrestling move.
God
dude. What are you
bless your
talking
heart. And
Yeah,
it's sad that you
because
probably really believe that, because some tells me in your heart that you being for real. This is who you are.
No. I'm telling you.
And this is who you are, like offline. So I'm gonna say this.
Problem. I have no problem like saying if I was
I
gay
know
or
you ain't
not.
got no problem.
It's pride. It's
Hear what
pride
I'm
month,
saying,
dude.
No, hear what I'm saying.
But
Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
It's your podcast.
No. Before you go further, you gotta hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna say some shit that's gonna like
I'm not.
just be wrong. So I gotta make sure that you're at least able to go along the right stream of logic before you start.
Okay.
This ain't that type of podcast.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna guarantee is this.
You got it.
The 2 out of the 3 people that are present that own this podcast, and the third one that ain't present but that was in the chat earlier.
Wait, Face owns this?
Here, we don't want to do nothing naked with another straight man. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with you wanting to do that. That's your business. I have nothing to do with it. That's God bless you. Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
But you just can't project that over here. Like there's no projection that you can do that will make that equal up the truth. So speak for yourself when you speak of those things, because like our chat ain't that, like that's just not this type of vibe. I think you may have stumbled upon us through the wrestling thing and thought this was something else, but this ain't that.
No,
we don't. Nah. There's no wrestling of any kind of that type here. But if you want to go to where it's at, do your thing, my player. Hey, you know, more power to you and your people. And you know, whatever y'all do. What? I don't even know what the rate said. See, that's how you get blocked and banned. See, I was gonna let y'all ride with the trolling and the funny shit, but then you want to go into the weird shit.
Then you wanna. Shut the fuck up.
See, I knew he was gonna be a weirdo.
He was
that one.
Grow up, fucking wrestling faggot. Grow up, fucking wrestling faggot. Yo, grow the fuck up.
Face, you want to do it, or you want me to?
You're a black Israelite. You're a black Israelite.
How you want to? Bro. A black what? Did he just say we was a black Israelite?
You guys are fucking ruining America.
Yo, did you just accuse us of being in the middle of the park yelling at people talking about read Genesis 30?
Video game Gooner is on my side.
I didn't say anything.
Video game Gooner is on my side, man.
Yo, you funny as hell for that.
I didn't say anything.
You could tell he knew. You could tell he knew. Hey, last call. We gonna let it ride. No, we gonna let it ride. We gotta let it ride. We gotta let it ride because it's getting interesting now.
Yeah.
And I gotta at least see this out.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
We're gonna move to the next topic. I promise you, because we always got the block and mute button. But I want to see where this goes because he's just called the black Israelites. You can tell he's never been here. And then he's doing the weird, like I'm making noises, but I'm not saying.
Don't block me, man. Please, man. Please.
Hey, Lottery, how old are you, my brother?
I'm 13.
No, for real. Like all jokes aside, just the age. You don't have to say anything else about yourself. What you really into, none of that. You can keep on the trolling after that, but just literally, how old are you?
I swear on the Hebrew Bible, I'm 13.
Do you believe in the Hebrew Bible? Because otherwise, that would mean nothing.
Of course, I'm a Jew, but I live in Iraq right now. You know, currently supporting Palestine.
Yeah, I was on the road with you, man, but you don't even know how to have
maniacs.
You have a good night, my brother. All right, you be real good. I was gonna give him a chance because you know I be with the trolling shit face. You know I like the fuckery. Like sometimes that it can be entertaining, but when you just start getting weird, like I can't do that. Like cause my boy video gamer, see he know how to troll, but then like pull back and then troll some more, and then pull back, and then I'm gonna fuck with some more. I'm gonna pull back. Yeah. He know how to keep himself around. He's learned.
I was just trying to explain, you know.
Are you about to explain your naked pile driving that you want to do with people?
Dude, come on.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Because that's what you was talking about before we got into the other weird dude shit. So before we go further, how you want to do this? You got the floor, my brother.
Well, no, so
last call, my fourth partner said he want to hear it. So I'm going to let it ride. If the audience want to hear it, I'm going to let it ride. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. So the reason why I brought it up is because I'm not gay. Like, I'm not gay at all, but it's been a very weird month. So I went to my 9-to-5 job, and this Peter Puffer
I don't know what that is. What's a Peter Puffer? I've never heard. Hold on. Okay. This one of them moments. This one of them learning moments for Tiz. Okay, so y'all know we done had a bunch of these on the podcast over the years. What's a Peter Puffer? Yeah, this is our third year around, but every year I learned something new that I did not know before. So I think this is about to be one of the moments. What's a Peter Puffer?
A Peter Puffer is a guy who puffs Peters.
So he's a dick sucker? He's like a gay dude to suck dick?
Yeah, that's what you never heard that? People, the gay guys.
No, see, you gotta realize, like, we black, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there's certain cultural differences.
No, I understand. There's a lot of gay black guys.
The guy at my
work, the guy at my
no,
work,
what I'm saying is that phrase doesn't.
He's a
I've
gay black
never,
guy. That's why I'm saying he's a Peter Puffer.
never heard no shit like that in my life. Hold on. Okay, proceed. Peter Puffer.
Anyway, so I'm in the restroom and he's trying to pull me into the handicap stall. And I've been very fucking like confused lately. So I think maybe bringing up that pile driver thing was kind of like just the shock of what's been going on. Come on, dude. What are you got to come at me with respect.
I don't know what the hell is going on. That's just my honest reaction to what's happening as you
No, it's fine.
give the story. But God bless you. But I still don't know what the hell going on. Because again, this spark for people who are catching this on the replay, who might be coming in at the very wrong moment. I apologize. I don't know, but we brought up some people. You know, we like to bring on guests. We had the link pinned, and my man came up talking about power driving people naked.
It's
We were
wild.
talking about wrestling, the best wrestling finish of all time. We're just having a very, generic conversation. If you're a wrestling fan, you probably get it, but I think he may have reached the wrong chat room and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna let it all hang out. I'm in the wrong place, but I'm gonna let it hang out anyway." So we just letting it ride. So
Don't
it's
let
not a
it hang out.
disrespect. It's just a genuine confusion from me. I have genuinely. This is the first time we've ever had this happen. We've had some weird shit happen on this podcast.
Yeah.
We've had people come on and talk about like demons and like spell books and all kind of crazy shit. But this probably the weirdest shit between you and old boy that we've ever experienced.
I hear
And
you.
I really don't know how to accept it. I don't know what to do with it. All I can do is just say God bless you, because if this your path, you walk it, my brother. You walk it, and with the
I'm not
movie
gay.
with the movie with John C. Riley and them, you walk hard. You hear me? You walk it and you walk
I'm
hard.
always walking hard.
But as far as the other shit, hey man, you do what you do. But that ain't what we talking about. I'ma just be honest. That ain't what we was discussing. We was talking about like real professional wrestling, like
Yeah, and doing a tombstone pile driver is a real professional wrestling move.
until you said naked. See, that's when you get into the weird shit.
Say what?
You said we can run the video back.
I
People that
didn't
watch,
say the N word. What? He has like corn.
see, I was giving them a shot, face. I was trying because I know you like this bullshit. I know you enjoy this shit. I know this your type of fuckery. So I was trying to let it ride, but he see how they act. I give them a chance, and then they do the weird shit. I'd be really like rolling with them. I'd be like, okay, we gonna make it tonight
Shout out
with this.
to
Nope. Damn. God damn.
See, this is one thing people don't understand. I
I
keep trying to
tried.
let
I
people
was,
know.
I was gonna roll with him because I saw face. He was like, he lit up when the dude said the weird shit. He was like, oh, this about to be stupid shit. Oh shit. This a Mr. This a what's the nigga you like to listen to, buddy, with all the scary movies and the weird shit? Here, I can see your face.
Shit.
This Mr. Baller. Who? This nigga. Hey. Oh, they about to do some weird shit. We about to get content. Yeah, but I ain't gonna front, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, look, I'm a boy dad. At some point, like
I ain't got that shit.
I roll with the trolls, and I don't want nobody that ever see the link posted to feel like they scared to come up, because we ain't gonna look. It ain't the trolling that kick you off; it's the weird shit that gets you kicked off. Like if you just doing silly shit and shit that like all right, we probably will troll with you, and it'll be like a segment. Cool. It's just funny shit to us. Pet can make it into some shit and make it funny, and it'll be good for us. We don't hurt. But when you get into the weirdo shit, like I don't know who gonna ever watch this shit. My son's voice is the voice of the partners. It's literally the voice you hear. Welcome to the partners. Face, Pat, and Ted. I'd be damned if I ever look up one day and my son watch this podcast and he not be able to look at me and his uncles and feel like he's confident in the men that he's grown to admire and respect. So, yeah, I'm gonna just say that, you know what I mean? My boys was wilding. If you want to come up and talk some shit, if you really got a good finisher or some shit that we've been talking about really resonated, we more than open to that. But don't come up here on the weird shit. Like that's just something that we don't tolerate as men. Like if you wasn't here in person with me, like that probably would have went a whole nother way. As soon as he said the weird shit, like instead of me laughing, like that would have got real ugly. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like in person, I'm just not that. Like we laugh and we joke. Don't get me wrong. Like we funny. Like hee ha ha niggas. Ha ha. But like I don't really play like that. Like I'm not. I'm gonna be maybe I've given the wrong impression. Let me go ahead and correct that now for anybody who forever
Y'all think
ever.
that wild card. Y'all think that wild card moment for something
Yeah,
that ain't like that.
let me like I think
Yeah.
y'all might think that's different from what it is. Like I'm progressive. I've grown. I've had a child. I've calmed down in my life. But I'm from Third Ward, Petersburg. If you look online and you look up worst cities in Virginia for the past 50 years almost, Petersburg has been in the top 5, if not the top 2. So when we talking about these type of things, like my lens of me receiving things is different. Like I'm growing to accept things, but I'm not fully there yet. And certain shit, like if I wouldn't accept it if you were here in my presence, then I'm not going to accept it online. And that's just it. And I'm a silly nigga. Like my niggas know, like in the midst of us fighting niggas, I be the goofy nigga cracking jokes and being silly. So like I'm not above humor. I'm above bullshit. You dig? So if you ever gonna come up here, just know that I'm the wrong one for that. I'm not saying that you're wrong for what you're doing. I'm saying I'm the wrong audience for that shit. And I live in the Georgia, Atlanta metro area. So if you ever want to holler at me, I'm always for that shit. I've invited fades online on video games, online on here, on Twitter, at several places, and nobody ever shows up. But I'm here, so I just leave me alone. All right, just do that, and yeah, if you ain't got nothing for real to say, you might well go ahead because I think the trolling you might leave it in the comments because maybe it'll come across better there and I'll receive it better. That might be my bad, but you start doing certain shit. I think either you want to fight me or fuck me, and either way, I want to whoop your ass and get rid of you. That's how I look because I ain't comfortable with me. My bad if I'm out of bounds. LGBTQ with the colors and the shit. My bad, but that's just how I feel.
I'm not as progressive as you are, and I was raised to realize the world don't give a fuck about my feelings, so I don't give a fuck about how people feel. So,
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm still on that shit of fighting the truth, man. Like I'm different. Like I'm not. I'm not different. What that nigga kid just say? They not like us. What the fuck? Like I mean that shit though. Like I'm different with my shit. Like, I'm staying 10 toes on that every day. If you catch me in the grocery store tomorrow and I don't know it's you, but you roll up on me, I'm gonna treat you the same way I'm treating you online. Like this me. I've never been another way. I don't know how to be another way. Every nigga I roll with has been the exact same way since I met them. The only thing they've grown in is their behaviors and their habits. But as far as their character, they've been the same nigga. I don't know how to roll with that weirdo shit. So please, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette as I say. Leave me alone. Find you somebody to play with, because I ain't him. You heard me? And we're gonna move on. As we finish though, because we were talking all wrestling shit, and for my wrestling fans, I'm sorry that we took that detour. That's my bad. Because I said, y'all might want to fuck with the wrestling conversation. Y'all might have had some shit to say in the comments. We might have fucked up a conversation. That's my bad for being nosy and wanting to see what the fuck was about to happen. But that's me. My bad. Y'all blame Ted. But the last category for our wrestling superlatives, the best of, the best run on top of an organization in history. Again, we're encompassing the history of professional wrestling. So this goes back to the carnivals all the way up to modern day WWE, AEW. So you got a lot to choose from there. You got Harley Race NWA, you got Ric Flair NWA or WCW, you got Hulk Hogan WWE, you got Rock, you got Stone Cold, you got Triple H, you got goddamn even on the short runs, you got people like Daniel Bryan and goddamn Kofi Kingston. So you got a lot of options that you can fuck with there as far as like directions you can even go. What's your number one run on top, Face Mobby?
I don't have a number one, but I got several I fuck with. I'm gonna go. Uh, my first one I'm gonna put up there is WCW Sting.
Okay. Give me the years you're talking here.
I'm talking about late '80s, early '90s. Surfer Boy, Babyface Sting.
Okay, you're talking about Sting walking up into the Arctic mountains to fight Vader and shit type thing.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
got you.
You,
Okay.
you feel me?
You're talking about
Battle of the
Thunder
Bash
in paradise. Sting.
Bash at the beach type shit type thing. You feel me?
Yeah. I got my cameo on Baywatch face ass.
You know, you
I got,
know.
I got I can't argue with you because he had so
Oh,
many he didn't have as many title reigns as other people during that time, but during that time, as far as being at the top of a company, he probably was there in that main
uh-huh.
event picture like more than everybody else. Like he pretty much faced everybody else that was in the main event picture during his era.
Oh yes,
So
indeed.
I can rock with that.
Yes,
I can rock
indeed.
with that. I think for me, my guy is late '96 Stone Cold to
Okay,
early mid '99 Stone Cold. I feel
okay,
like
okay.
that is the best 3 year run. I feel like that's the best as far as merchandise sales, pushing a company to success, changing narratives, changing the way you see wrestling, um, building a new dynamic where the owner of the company can now become a character in the company. Like I feel like before that, JJ Dillon and them niggas won't like part of the actual nuance of the show. I feel like Stone
Yeah.
Cold, like even Vince doing the shit with Brett, it didn't make him a part of the show yet. I feel like his feud with Stone Cold is what really brought him into like, okay, now we can have people that are commissioners and other characters be like main characters on the show, and we give them credence. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
feel like as far as cursing, as far as taking wrestling, like the NWO had already kind of established that anything could happen and that wrestling might be a little more real than we had wanted to put on before, right? But what really took the Attitude Era and that era of wrestling being like just no holds barred was Stone Cold coming out just cursing everybody the fuck out. Because he was the first one that was saying fuck on TV and flicking people off and doing all this wild shit, and it pushed the censors on USA to be like, well, shit, people love this shit. Let's ride with it. See what happens.
Yeah.
So we got a good year and a half of just like the most debaucherous TV for a teenage boy that you could get. And I think that most people, when we look at wrestling, most people, at least in my age range, we're looking at it from that attitude era, the competitive from pretty much the beginning of the new generation. So that Hulk Hogan era, Yokozuna, Kamala, Duke, Duke the Dumpster Drosy era, going into the new generation where Bret Hart was the man and he started feuding with Shawn Michaels on into the attitude where Stone Cold was the man. So I think we kind of look at it as like those are the eras of wrestling that we most identify with and most probably impacted us because we was young. So I feel like that Stone Cold run though was like the crescendo of everything. It was the it was the breaking of the mold of the old. It was the no more are we gonna have these fake characters that's not who they really are. This nigga really act like this. We might want to really be on alert because this nigga kind of crazy. This nigga driving beer trucks on shit and jumping on security guards and smacking cops and swinging punches at fucking Mike Tyson and shit. Like this nigga lost his mind. Like it was the most unique and like wow run we've ever seen. And when you look at the numbers, his numbers stand up against anybody else. If he's not the top, he's one, he's two to the one in almost every category of merch, ratings, TV ratings, house show sales, all of that shit. So like all of the metrics of a champion that you would measure somebody by, I think Stone Cold fits.
Okay.
I have an honorable mention
No.
though, but
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna let
have one too.
beautiful.
My honorable mention is The Undertaker. No set year, career wise, from his entrance into the company to his retirement to
Yeah,
him coming back.
yeah. I think you're right. I think that might be the one because we talking like what 30 years of just like I'm here and I'm the one of the top.
If not more than 30.
If I'm not the top, I'm in the top four every year of my company as far as like main event, the people who people want to see, the sales, the merch, the storylines, all of that. I'm in the mix, and I got a storyline that has lasted what 21 years. What was it when Brock beat him? Was it 22-0 or 21-0? 21-1. It's 21-1, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about one storyline by itself, just one storyline of this nigga that lasted 22 years. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. When the average wrestling career is
Only
probably
storyline, nigga.
a good 5 years, a good 1 year ascent, a good 3 years among the top, and then a year descent, and then he's like doing independent shows and bottom of the card shit. The only nigga that's
Undertaker.
maintained his status at the middle of the card and just keep being at the middle of the card just because is our truth. He's the only one I've seen that just be like, I'm keep hanging around. Yeah, I know. I know I'm a good 20 years in, but I'm gonna keep on hanging around. Y'all gonna like me, Nick. Wait till I come out doing this woman one more match. Y'all gonna fuck this shit. Hold on, give me a second. You sure all them niggas? You sure all them motherfuckers is women? You sure? Cause I know what I saw. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So you know what I mean? Like our truth, the only nigga I seen that gonna be like just he gonna be like 80 years old, still in the mid card. Like everybody else, like drop to the lower card when they get old. Like Ric Flair's like you the third match. This nigga our truth will always be in that fourth to fifth match of the night. Just
Yep.
because he funny as fuck. Like he one of them niggas that just figured out wrestling like I don't ever have to be the best. You know who he is? He's
Who?
Scottie Pippen.
Who?
Scottie Pippen.
Damn.
If you all right, so watch this. If you look at his work rate, he has the talent where he could be a top notch performer. Like as far as his like ability in the ring, like his move set, his skill set, his athleticism, he could do the shit that top players do.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at his persona, there's a way he could flip it where he could be that nigga. that nigga, and people would fear him. But he's fallen into a place of like, I'm comfortable just being the dude that backs up the dude. Whoever the dude is right now, I'll just back him up. I'll make sure the ratings stay high. I'll make sure shit stay together and make sure the locker room stay good. But I'm just gonna chill back here and I'm gonna make my little average salary and I'm gonna be good. I'm still better than 90% of America, but I don't have to be the man at any point in my career. I could just be the other guy. That's Scottie Pippen. Like Scottie Pippen was the other guy on the Bulls. He went to the what was it? The Rockets. He was the other guy. Then he went to the Blazers. He was the other guy because he was the old nigga with all the young niggas that was really good. And then he was gone. He might have had like one more stop in there, but it won't like meaningful. It was like, oh, I'm on the bench and y'all know I'm here, so I'm gonna give y'all some ticket sales, but I ain't gonna really play no game. Mentor the young fellas with my big nose. Smell everybody. Make sure we watch it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's my one. Like our truth he could have been the one on top, but that nigga was just he became the Scottie Pippen of wrestling. He just was smelling folk instead of like pursuing his dreams. He was like, I'm here in the middle. Make good salary, make 6 figures. Covers what I need. Thank guys. Yeah, he don't never really do nothing too crazy where like you be like, oh my God. But he also does stuff that is like, oh, I see it. He stay on that cusp. Like, I'm still around, nigga. Fifth match. One more time. Fourth match. One more time. Oh, this match ain't got nothing to do with me. I bet you I play a part. You gonna give me my check for the fourth match? Here I come. I'm the guest guy. I'm the guest guy that's gonna come down and do something silly.
He gonna get paid.
Like that. Hey man, a true Scottie Pippen. That nigga gonna get that money. That is the Scottie Pippen of wrestling. He gonna get that money for doing the bare minimum of what you need to do, and people gonna love it. Just like Scottie Pippen. Like people love Scottie Pippen. People was like, "Oh, Scottie Pippen, that nigga." If it won't for Jordan, but he just never was that guy. He was just, one of them dudes. One of them. One of them. Yeah. It's Charles. It's Charles Hakeem, and then Scottie. Yeah, you here too, ain't you? Hey, player. Good to have you around. And that's our truth. Yeah. Oh yeah, our truth was on Raw this week, won't it? He was funny. Okay now. And you don't think about him again until he pop up again. And you be like, oh yeah, our truth is that guy, ain't it? Okay now. And then you go on by the business. That's my opinion. I think our truth is.
God, he was K Quick guy.
And
K Quick.
Yeah, you remember when he was K Quick? When he first started, and he was like, okay, we done with the gimmick. Like we done had the plumbers, we done had the nuclear bombs, we done had the Mounties, we done had pirates and shit. Like, all right, now we done had the Googly Gaka, Googly Gooka, whatever that big turkey was. And now you gonna give me this damn fake ass wrestling rapping nigga. Man, we'll get the fuck on. We already got the no limit soldiers we dealing with on WCW. We don't need you, K Quit. This is not what we asked for. But then he switched it to being like, okay, yeah, I'm the goofy nigga though that rap. Yeah. And we was like, yeah, that's you. Be the little dumb nigga. Shuck and jive, nigga. Shuck and jive. Yeah, that worked.
Checks for
Indeed.
every show. You go to every show, shake a tail for and get paid.
Indeed. But that does it for us. That is the wrestling superlatives. Let us know who your picks for the wrestling superlatives was down in the chat or the comments below. We had the best wrestling promos of all time, the best gimmick of all time, meaning the best wrestling persona. We had the best wrestling storyline of all time, the best finisher of all time in wrestling, and the best run on top of any company. So the best time where you were the main eventer or one of the main guys in your company of all time. You have a lot of options to choose from out there. You know, you got Jeff Jarrett, you got what was my boy Jerry Lawler, you got a lot of guys out here for different categories. So please make sure y'all tell us who y'all had in the comments so we can disagree with y'all and tell us why we were the right one. And Face looked like he about to fall asleep. I was gonna ask him about these last two topics, but since we don't since these last two topics can be moved to next week, we're gonna just move them when Pat get back. Cause Face is yeah, he look like he on that 50. Face on that 50. Face on that 50 out here.
Shit, don't say that shit. Don't say that bullshit. Shit, the face on that tide is a bitch.
Over there doing that dope fiend lean. Y'all
Shit,
seen
face
him.
on the whole in that motherfucker.
Face look like
Shit,
Biden
don't
in the
say that
debate.
shit.
Face like
Don't
Biden in
say
the
that
debate.
bullshit.
Nigga, whole side of his
Ain't
face
no
just
dope.
slid down. That nigga was
Ain't
like,
no dope shit on this motherfucker. Tad is a motherfucker. That's what that shit is.
did you have a
Shit.
stroke? What the fuck? You were
Nah, I'm
literally
trying to
just
hold it
like,
together.
you were literally just like, I was like, what's wrong with you? Nigga? You all right? You know this is happening on, like, are you aware that this is happening in real time? Like, maybe you think you on. I know you be on with your camera off a lot, but maybe you don't realize it's happening. But no, this nigga is just why the side of your face went down like that? It was like the corner of your lip drug everything
Yeah,
else.
fucking
It was like and everything just followed that corner of your lip like just. Well, we going then. I guess we heading out. That shit was like SpongeBob. Like, well, guess I'm gonna head out. Like that shit was just like what?
we got a clip for the end of the, we got another clip for the end of the year. Shit.
Hey Pat, Pat. I need you to take this episode and I need you to chop it up into like 13 different clips. I promise you, when you look back at this episode, you're gonna find them. You're gonna see what I'm seeing. You're gonna be like, oh, there it is. I knew that nigga tears won't gonna let me down. I'm trying to tell you, Pat. Like when I tell you, you're gonna have a field day with this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is a good place to leave it. If you like to support, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to support financially, go ahead and do one of the things that you happen to see at the bottom of your screen right now. Go to buymeacoffee.com/the Podnas. Go to $ partner tiers 1 on Cash App. If you just want to give us money and donate and help us to continue to pay our bills. Also, you can become a member on Spotify for $4.99 a month. That helps us out tremendously as well. Help us to just pay the overhead of the podcast. Otherwise, if you want to support and you really want to spend money, but you like, if I spend my money, I'd like some back in return. Faith, how do they do that?
Well, you can get there by clicking the link either in the description or on one of our social media pages. The link's gonna lead you to the store. The store is Artre Clothing. It's ARTRE clothing. Nah, I don't spell clothing. But in the store, you'll find the only place that you can find the official Podnas Podcast merchandise, along with the official AC83 merchandise from Artre Clothing. There's jackets, short sleeves, long sleeve, pants, shorts, slides, pillows, beach towels. It's a
Hats,
gaggle of
phone
things.
cases, cups, whatever you want.
Bunch of shit. When you go there, you automatically receive 20% off of whatever you purchase. Promo code at the top of the page. Check it out. Work your time.
Do your thing.
Artre.
Go to RTreyClothing.com. I mean, Trey Clothing. You can type it into anything. Like pretty much, if you got a search bar and you type in Trey Clothing, it's gonna pop up. You'll see the links. Hit them. Get the promo code. Get you some money off, and then buy some cool shit that's gonna make you look fly for the rest of the summer. Yeah. So yeah, that's Trey Clothing. That's if you want to spend some money and support financially, but you want some back in return. Now, if you don't want to spend no money at all, but you just want to support, like I said before, like, comment, share, subscribe. Easiest ways you could do that. You can also follow us on all social media and continue the conversations there at everything, including Twitch. We are at the Podnas. The only thing that is different is Facebook, and that is Tiz Face Pat R the Podnas. So just type in all three of our names and then put R the Podnas. You find it. But if you just type in the Podnas in the search bar of any social media or Google, you will see us pop up, including YouTube. We just gonna pop up for you. So make it easy on yourself. Just type in the Podnas on anything, support, and click a like or subscribe on everything that you do or follow, and that helps us out tremendously. Otherwise, man, it's been amazing. Thank y'all for joining us. My people who joined us live, we totally appreciate y'all joining us in the comment. My people who joined us live on the panel, we appreciate you. Y'all don't realize, but for us, even having people that are willing to join our conversation, that means somebody from somewhere that was not our normal community found us and wanted to talk. So regardless of the rest of the bullshit, that was dope as hell. The conversation before it got weird was actually really dope. From now on, man, if you come up, just don't be weird. Like just chill out, be normal. Like we're not weird people. We cool. We gonna chop it up with you. If you got some good points to make, we gonna actually listen to you. But don't come up here on the weird shit because like we can get like we can take things however you want to take. So if you want to go left, we can go left. But we rather just keep things right and So join us on the panel next time. Join us in the chat. Join us in the comments on the replay gang. Like, comment, share, subscribe one last time. And as always, man, I have been 1/3 of the Podnas. Your boy Tiz. I've been along with.
I'm facing the place, man. Facing the place. Face here, face there. A little better face everywhere. Pat, safe travels, bro. You'll be with us next week. Take care of your business.
Man.
People listening, watching,
prayers up
could have been anywhere else. Thank y'all for being with us. Prayers up to the fam. You know we got you, Pat.
And as always,
we love y'all. Y'all have a great week. It's been a great week with y'all. We thank y'all for joining us and continue to join us. Don't be scared to come up on the panel. We not mean. We just don't deal with bullshit. But we do have fun. So if you want to come up and enjoy yourself and talk that bullshit with us, we love y'all. Peace out, motherfuckers. Y'all have a great week. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.